Ever wonder why some piano playing sounds rich and emotional while yours sounds a little bit basics? It actually comes down to one thing: arpeggios. In this video, I'll show you 7 beautiful arpeggio patterns you can use in any song, how to build them from scratch, and how to start creating a beautiful arrangement right away. And if you'd like to have the PDF version of this video, you can download it for free down below in the description. Alright, to share those beautiful arpeggios, I'll be using the chord progression, the 1-6-4-5 in G major. So let's just take a look at the chords we have to play those. We're going to be using a G major, so G, B, and D. We got an E minor, so E, G, and B. We have a C major, C, E, and G. And we're back to G. But we have the 5 right here. So I just added an extra root chord here before going to the D. So basically we have like this. All right. And now for the chord inversion we'll be using for all these different arpeggios, I'm going to go all the way right here. So we have B, D, and G. Then for the E minor, this one, that's great. The only one note to move. So B, E, and G. Then going to C. C, E, and G. And then back to G. And for the D, going right here. So A, D, and F sharp. All right. So all these are going to be 1 bar. Only the last one has 2 chords. So we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and back right here to G. Alright, so just before you dive into the arpeggio, make sure you can play those chords, move around with the chord inversion. Now let's dive into arpeggio number 1, and it sounds like this. Alright, so this one starts with the G right here. So we have basically this chord inversion. All these arpeggios, by the way, can work on any chord inversion that you're using. It's just a pattern. So we're going all the way up. So we play all these notes, and we're going to kind of alternate the last 2 notes right here, like this. So middle, top, middle, like this. So bottom, middle, top, middle. All right, all 8 notes. So just everything is the same here. And then we go to E minor. So the chord inversion for E minor is this one. So the same pattern here. Bottom, middle, top. Like this. On C, same thing. Like this. And now for the bar, we have 2 chords. We only have time to go from up, down, and we have to change the chords. All right, so that's gonna happen often when you're playing a song and you're like, wait, I know a pattern that is in only 1 bar, but now I have more chords inside the same bar. What do? You do exactly this. You have to adapt the pattern you're playing to what the song is asking you to play. So in this case here, we don't have time to do the whole pattern. We're just cutting the pattern in 2 and playing this. Down and going to D like this. Still beautiful, still works great. All right, so that's for pattern number 1. All right, arpeggio number 2 sounds like this. Alright, so this one, if you haven't recognized it yet, it's Someone Like You by Adele. This is exactly the piano pattern he's using in the song, just a little bit faster. So it's going up and down with the trichord you're playing. Doesn't matter what chord inversion you're on. So very simple, we go from bottom all the way to the top, going down, and we do that twice. Same thing on E minor, same chord. On C, and now we only have time for 1, and then we have another time here for the second one. All right, moving on to D. So G, And by the way, just as a reminder, if you'd like to have the PDF version of this video with all these beautiful arpeggios, you can download it for free down below in the description. All right, now arpeggio number 3 sounds like this. All right, I really like that one. So what we're doing here is we're kind of breaking the idea we were doing before where we have like all the notes going one after the other like this. So what we're going to be doing is top, bottom, middle, bottom. So it's kind of breaking this idea of the triachord. I kind of like it. So we're going from tops. So whatever the chord inversion you have, just start with the top one and then bottom, middle, bottom. And we do that twice. Same thing on E minor. This time we have the E in the middle. Now on C. And for the G, we go like this. So we have time to do half of the pattern right here. All right, that's for pattern number 3. Now, pattern number 4 goes like this. Alright, so for this one, I added a little tiny note in the middle because I feel like sometimes we really want to have like this break or this rest in the pattern, and that works perfectly in there. So what we're doing is basically we're starting on the top, bottom, middle, but instead of doing anything else, we're going back here. We hold that one for just an 8th note, and then we go back to bottom, middle, bottom, like this. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and like that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on 3, we just hold that one right here. Kind of like to have this break in the middle of the bar. Now on E minor, hold like this. On C, hold. And for this one, we don't have time to do any hold or tiny note here, so we're just gonna go with F sharp. So this is a top note, bottom, middle, top, like this. Like that. All right, there you go. Now arpeggio number 5 sounds like this. Alright, so this one also has a rest, but we're letting some space for the left hand to shine a little bit. So what's happening is we play the root on the left and then we start applying the arpeggio pattern on the right. So it's quite fast. We only have like half of a beat before we start because all these are 8 notes, but we have the left and then we go bottom, middle, bottom, top, bottom, middle, bottom. Alright, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like this. On E minor, on C, and on G. Alright, for this one, very interesting to see how we can adapt this idea. We play the root, then we have time for only 2 notes. So the middle, the bottom note, middle, bottom, that's it. And we do the same thing for the D. So and back here. All right, now for arpeggio number 6, it sounds like this. All right, so in this one, we have a little bit more movement because I kind of added the next chord inversion inside the arpeggio. So let's take a look. We start from here, so bottom, middle, top, we go down a note, but then we're gonna go all the way to the next chord inversion. So if you look at it from a chord point, this is the first one, then the second part of the arpeggio goes like this. All right, so I'm just using those notes, and we're gonna do the same idea on all these chords. So we do, and instead of going down, we go up. Like that, all right? Like this. And back to E minor. So we have all the way here, like this, to C. Like that. And for the G, we only have time to do one chord inversion. Like that. There we go. So this one is a great way if you want to add more movement in the arpeggio you're playing. You don't want to stay to the same place you're doing. So you can absolutely move like this on the piano using chord inversion. And now for the last arpeggio, the arpeggio number 7 sounds like this. Alright, so I wanted to have an example of something that is mixing more than just 8 notes, and this is the case. We have a quarter note in there, and even if you're playing arpeggios, it's nice to play with some rhythm sometimes like this, adding a quarter note in there, a tie note over there, so it just adds more interesting ideas to your playing. So this one is, you just start with a quarter note on the first note of the arpeggio. So the bottom note here, then we go 2 note, this one is hold, and back we alternate the last 2 notes on the top. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and like this. On E minor, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and on C, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and for that bar with the 2 chords, we only have time to do quarter note, 2 8 notes, quarter note, 2 8 notes, like this. All right, so very interesting to add the arrangement here. It's kind of a variation of this idea of this pattern you can do there. All right, so I'm curious, which arpeggio was your favorite one? Let me know in the comment below. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Bye for now.